What if I told you that one of England's most exciting young wingers isn't at Manchester United, Arsenal, or City, but at Leicester? A kid who's been breaking records since he was 15. A winger who moves like Doku, dribbles like Vinicius, and plays with the kind of fearlessness United fans have been crying out for. Meet Jeremy Monga, a name that could soon light up Old Trafford. Jeremy Monga's story begins in Leicester City's academy, where from a young age he stood out for his athleticism and technical ability. Even in youth tournaments, coaches described him as different. At just 15, Monga was already playing above his age group, taking on players 2 and 3 years older and beating them for pace and confidence. He's not just talented, he's fearless. That fearlessness would lead to one of the biggest moments in Leicester's modern academy history. In April 2025, at just 15 years and 271 days old, Monga became the second youngest player to ever make a Premier League debut. A few months later, he became the youngest ever starter for Leicester in an EFL Cup match. And by August, he went one step further, scoring in the Championship to becoming the youngest goal scorer in the league's history. 3 records before his 17th birthday. That's not just potential, that's trajectory. Now let's talk football. Monga is a 2-footed winger capable of playing on both sides, though he usually starts on the left. He loves cutting inside, driving at defenders and creating chaos. What defines him isn't just pace, it's the way he uses it. Explosive acceleration, quick changes of direction, and the ability to shift balance with tiny touches. It's a combination of power and finesse that makes him so hard to defend. Think of Jeremy Doku's directness, think of Vinicius Junior's unpredictability. Now imagine that energy in an English teenager. That's Jeremy Monga. Monga's biggest strength is his elite athleticism. When Leicester break forward, he's the first to break into space, stretching defenses and forcing fullbacks into panic mode. But it's not just raw speed, his close control is exceptional. Even a full sprint, he can manipulate the ball with tiny touches that send defenders the wrong way. He's brave on the ball, never afraid to take risks, even after losing possession. And that's rare for someone this young. He's got the composure of a player 5 years older, often making smart choices under pressure. Then there's his finishing, 2-footed, powerful, and capable of striking from distance or tight angles inside the box. Leicester have often used him in an inverted role to take advantage of his unpredictability in front of goal. Add his off-ball intelligence, his timing of runs behind defenses, and you can see why scouts describe him as a generational talent. Of course, no wonder kid is perfect. Monga still has a few areas to refine. Defensively, he's got to work on his tracking back as he sometimes switches off when the ball is lost. And while his dribbling is electric, his decision-making can be over-ambitious. He occasionally holds the ball too long, trying to beat one more defender when the pass is on. But these are growing pains, not red flags. They're part of the evolution every white player goes through. And the scary part is that he's still only 16. Let's put it into perspective. In the 25-26 season, he's already played 12 games for Leicester in the Championship and EFL Cup, registering a goal and an assist in just under 600 minutes. For a teenager adjusting to senior football, those numbers don't tell the whole story, but the eye test does. Every time he plays, Leicester looks more dangerous in transition. He's raw, but he's real. When you watch Monga, you immediately see shades of Doku with that aggressive, no-fear dribbling. There's also a bit of Vinicius Junior in the way he attacks space and isolates defenders. He's not a winger who hides behind fullbacks. He wants the ball, he wants to take responsibility. And for a club like Manchester United, that mentality matters. It's what separates the good from the special. He plays football with confidence, joy, and intent, all things that have felt missing at Old Trafford in recent years. Now to the big question, what's next? Manchester United have officially entered the race for Monga, according to multiple reports. They see him as part of a long-term plan to bring in the country's best young talents. But it's not an easy chase. City, Liverpool, and even Arsenal have shown interest. Leicester, meanwhile, are desperate to keep him. He's still on scholarship terms and can't sign a professional deal until he turns 17 next year. If he doesn't sign, he could leave for as little as £2 million, a bargain for a player of his potential. City nearly signed him once before, but United believe this time they can get it done. Their pitch is simple, a clear pathway to first-team football, a historic club that believes in youth, and a manager like Amarim who loves developing attacking talent. So how would Jeremy Monga fit into Manchester United's system? Under Amarim, United are building around fluid attacking roles. With Joshua Zirkzee unhappy with his minutes and is expected to leave, and Amad Diallo moving into a wing-back role, United are short on natural wide attackers. Monga could slot into that inverted left-wing position or even as the secondary number 10. His directness would complement players like Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. And under Amram's pressing system, his pace and energy would be molded into a lethal weapon. He'd be a long-term project, but one that perfectly aligns with United's youth-first philosophy. Jeremy Monga isn't just another name on a scout's shortlist. He's part of a new wave of English wingers redefining what it means to be fearless on the ball. Leicester have a gem on their hands, but Manchester United might just be the club bold enough to polish it. If Monga continues his rise, we could be looking at one of the most exciting young players England has produced in years.